Going live. Nice. Well, bring the waiting room in.
Okay. Did you guys by chance catch Richard's thing today?
Quick?
Yeah.
No. I was swamped today.
Yeah. No big deal. It was, I mean, it's in a funny way, like pretty basic, pretty good, but he's solid. He does a nice job. He's got a good heart. He's getting old.
Yeah.
I hear that happens to people.
I'm still looking for somebody who's getting young so I can figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Rename Lauren. Oh, Lauren, I'll let you rename your son. And then I'm going to make you the host.
Roman, long time.
Good day.
I'm
I'm back.
Hey, Joanna.
Hi, Richard.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
They are better over there?
We're getting our Indian summer. There's not much smoke in the air now. It's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's good. Happy to hear that.
Yeah. It was bad for a while. Of course, none of it's bad compared to those people who actually, I mean, those fires were terrible.
Yeah. I saw some pictures these days about the countryside of Brazil also. It was devastating.
Really?
A friend of mine, their farm burned like 80% of the farm. Crazy.
Hey, Kenneth, I'm going to just plug my headset in here for a second and tell me if this microphone on the headset works any better. Here I go. First.
Sure.
Better?
Yeah.
Worth using, I mean? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, speak softly. You come in just a tad hot.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
And we get a lot of your depth. We're getting your depth noise.
Yeah. I'll try and keep it down.
Okay, well, it's been a while, but we're live on YouTube. We're recording on Zoom. Our sound system is up. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's almost like we know what we're doing.
Well, we need a few more students and a teacher. Been reading this interesting book. Sorry? Hi, Diana.
Yeah. That.
Hey, Ken, do you still smell smoke down there?
No, no smoke down here. The car is still getting dusted, but
Uh-huh.
sound check.
One guy's smiling. Is the other one?
You're good and loud.
Sound check, Richard. There we go. Okay.
Test, test. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, perfect.
Good.
We technically have 5 minutes, Bob.
Right.
Kind of lay down on the couch.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. Just we're about the audio. You want the audio? Green.
That's not clear. That voluntary donation thing is not clear. if anybody cares.
And that's not what Diane said. She said it's not clear.
It's not clear. At least it's not clear on my screen.
Yeah, we need to just put the information back on the chat window
Exactly.
where it's more accessible, or whatever the note would be. But I'm also guessing we're coming down to it, and you know, most of us have been here pretty consistently. It looks like almost everyone who's been here has been pretty much here pretty consistently. So I think everyone knows the drill. Donations welcome, spread the word, get near your mic when you speak, mute it when you're not speaking. And we're almost on time, unless anybody has anything they wanted to add in. Bob's going to follow up with his work on balance. He said, like I think those of you who were here last week, which is probably most of you, heard he just got about halfway through his notes on what he wanted to cover. So that's where he'll pick it up in a couple of minutes when he starts. Ken, does it look like you guys are getting pretty close on your end?
Can you hear him, Kenny? He's asking if you're close on your end.
I can hear you, Bob. Are
Kenny's
you?
ready.
You're actually probably the one I meant to ask.
Kenny's ready.
If you're ready.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think so.
Take a minute if you want. You know, like I said, usually people call, a couple of people always join right at the last minute here. But I think at the same time, it's just about 6:30, and we're happy to see it. And thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Okay, people, you out there? You ready? Okay. Last week, we talked about balance, basic balance. And so the better the balance, the better, starting with the body, better the balance, the better body that gets mixed up because of that balance. More balance, a better balanced body. But more important, or equally more important, is this, however you want to depict it, this sense of self. Okay, can we do it that way? Self. Okay. Careful, I've heard you think, oh yes, I know what self is. It's me. And I sort of mean a little more settled self. Okay. So when we get better balance, the self that's there but a bit hidden at first starts to eventually make itself known, eventually show itself as its own. I don't want to call it aliveness. I think I'll say, like the word in English, vitality. It's alive onto itself, different than the aliveness of the energies. Okay, so far? So I want to keep bringing you back to that third piece. So we'll do some balance, and how do you feel about yourself, or anything about yourself representing that, okay? So these are the ones we did last week. This guy represents, because of these lines of balance, an earlier level of balance. So let's go through a couple of exercises quickly that we did last week to bring you up to date and to kind of settle you down so we can move on. If this is 1 and 2, I have 3 and 4 that I want to lay out. We okay? Okay, so practice. This is solo. You're by yourself. And so what should we call it? Personal body. You okay there? Yeah. Okay. So some movement. I remember the one we did first, and I surprisingly got a lot out of it, was just left hand and right hand, right and left. Easy. Left and right, right and left. And again, a little reminder, now there's somebody in the middle. First you breathe, you. Maybe it's settling a bit more, you. Further back. Okay. So let's hang out with that one for a bit. Left and right arms. And left. Easy. There's somebody in the middle. Breathe yourself. Feel yourself. Settle with yourself. You'll be doing soon. And again, balance is the reference. Left and right. Right and left. And right and left and right. Feeling. And here, feeling yourself. Breathe yourself. Allow yourself to settle more. So we're using the word self sort of in conjunction with the body. So body is breathing, body is settling, but in there someplace is a truer self. This is very simple. Be careful of, oh yeah, I know right and left. Oh yes, I understand right and left. And you're up here in a different arena than I want. I want you here in this more settled here and now feeling arena. Okay? One more time. Easy. Left and right. Breathe. Right and left. Down. Left and right. Because we're a little more balanced, something here should feel a little bit better. Examples? I'm breathing fuller and deeper, and I even want to breathe fuller and deeper. I also have a sense of a little more depth. I just feel more present lower. What else? A little more fuller bodied. Okay. And if we were doing open mic, I'd ask what you're getting out of left and right balance. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay. Then let's do one more. I think last week we step push. We can do that one again, or if you're crazy about Aikido, we can do that. Okay. Kind of thing. Whatever. You choose. I think I'll do a push. Now, what we want here is easy the eye. Easy. So there's a little more room. So the fuller of the body pushing. Okay. Then I feel the body to kind of get a sense. Okay. Then the left side. Easy. Left side stepping, pushing. And I check the body and feel the body. See how that one. Okay. And again, after a bit, we check with the guy in the middle, but let's hold off on him for a moment. Easy. That sort of infers settling and opening. The more room there is, the more these balanced energies can be there. That's why I'd like to see a fuller body. So for example, if I saw a body doing that, you see that? We got a problem here, Pete. Okay. Either the guy is not well and needs a lot of work, or you're flaking on me. No flaking. Left side, easy, settle open, so that the fuller left side push. Okay. Left and right side balancing, easy. One more. Right side fully pushes. It should feel a little fuller, a little more back support. The foot-knee relationship, foot supports the knee, are examples. Easy, last one, easy. It first settle and open. Here comes the left, stepping and pushing. Okay. Now, I don't put my attention so much on what I'm pushing. I'm aware of that. I'm putting my emphasis on the pusher. If he feels fuller, if he feels better grounded, if he's working more in harmony with himself. Okay? It's the eye that wants to see, well, I pushed him. Did he fall over? I'm not interested in the I. Interested in this process. Okay? So let's say those practices were just simple basics for this guy. Okay? Simple, basic balance. And you can create your own moves. That's simple enough. So whatever moves you want to do. You want to do up, down. You want to do a Tai Chi type thing? Up, down, push. Well, you can make up your own. It's simple, right? As long as there's a balance set. Now we're going to move into number 2. More balance. The red line represents just more balance. Okay, simple enough. So more balance. I have a partner or I create a partner. So are a couple of examples. Let's do something with that one. Okay. What if I step in positive and I step back receptive? Now I'm going to compare, that's right side, and I'm comparing the positive receptive. And not the real quick, my receptive was kind of weak, which is to be expected when you're doing balance things, that one of them is way ahead of the other. That's quite all right, don't freak. Continue to settle it, other side. Continue to settle and open. And step in positive, and let go of it. Step off is a receptive. That was better. I'm how much energy now. The feeling of moving in, the feeling of moving back, to see if they're balancing with each other. Are you following me? Okay. So, for example, you got that for positive and that for receptive. We're off a bit. We're really in kindergarten. Okay. So I compare. Easy.
Bob, can you hear me?
So Bob is frozen.
Here, I'm being receptive. It's not an I understand. It's another level. And I'll get into that from another angle on another day of where we operate from. I want to go over that. Anyway, so balance at this better level of you. So I'm using a entry and a step back. And then the opposite side, entry and a step back. Okay. If you wanted to, you could, Miss Katja, I'll borrow you on step in. You could have an actual physical partner. She steps in, I step back. Okay. So she's practicing to step in. I'm practicing to step back. Okay. Watch out for the eye. You'll get something like this. Gotcha. Did you see that? I'm making facials for you. I hope you can see my facials. Huh? Oh, all right. As you get more fully balanced, fuller. Okay. So again, the eye wants to get her. So I push her down to show I got her. But the fuller balance is just settled. I'm not pushing her down. It's just it's happening. Yes, I'm touching her, but I'm not pushing her. This is just settled. in part of my receptive. Okay. Well, whatever she said, I fully intook that. I'm really listening. So it's a good receptive. Okay. So you can use a partner for this. I think I've had it with you. Thank you. We did last week either a bouquet thing up and down. So using that object to represent like a partner. It's up and down, balance. Now tell me about you. And as you let the balance of the up and down better, this you should get better. We mentioned the golfer, same thing. If they're a lesser human, they're coming back for one reason, so they can come forward stronger, right? So they're not really experiencing the back. They have an idea to hit the ball. But after a bit, the process is the back and the forth, and the change of this who will eventually become a golfer, okay? So the back and the forward are two forces that I utilize just to check my balance, okay? If my back is too short, then I already know I'm not balanced enough to be a golfer. I'm damn well not going to play a game now or golf now because I'm out of sorts. I'm not balanced, okay? What else on there? Hang on a sec. Step back. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Yeah, good enough for that. Okay. So that was an example of level 2. Let's call it level 2. Now, we stopped there last week because we did the longer practices. Whoops. There it is. Okay. Number 3. Okay. What this stuff represents is energies in relation to the body. Okay. When you get a full enough body, left and right, after a bit, there's another balance tool, and that's body frame and the flow that relates to the body frame. So I call it frame and flow, my words. Again, anytime you get the sense of it, use your own words if mine aren't quite right for you. That's fine, as long as they're on the same page. Yeah. Okay, so energy through the body. Again, let's go back to solo. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's say either on this practice, if you're an Aikido type, or the step push, that once you get a pretty full body where the body is fully there, which is different than I am doing the body, that I will interfere. It's the killer here. It gets in the way. We want it easy so the body can be body, and its partner now is easy. There's an energy current that's coming through the body in relation to the push, or doing the same thing the push is doing. But the energy has a little different flavor. For example, just the physical push could get a little too, could I say masculine, in a too heavy a form. The energy push has more sensitivity. It's still pushing, it's not a whip, but it pushes with a different sense, okay? So don't know if I said that right, but let's continue here. So we let the body form do the body form. And the flow is flowing through that form or frame, okay? Easy, because if we're up here in the eye trying to figure it out, you won't pick up the energy flow there, okay? going to be settled a little bit where the energy flow sort of becomes obvious here eventually. It will be, where you feel the energy going through the body. Okay? You feel that flow through the body. Again, the I will interfere with both of them. If you say, I'm going to push, you won't pick up the energy. If you say, okay, I'm going to flow it, you're interfering with the relationship of frame to flow. Many ways I've tried to lay that out. This is let Romeo and Juliet hang out. If the I gets in there, he's interfering with their relationship. Okay? And a smaller I likes to look at, critique, take control of. So when I say easy the I mean that lesser I that is a control freak. Easy, easy. Let the body step in. Okay. Now we're adding, there's more energy available. So the energy flows through the body. Okay. And the other side, of course. So to start with, my style, because I'm more male, is to establish the form or framework. Once it's been established, the energy flow is there because they're partners. Once I make enough room, once I ease the I, they are partners that want to relate with each other, support each other. Okay? See, when the I takes over doing that form, I'm going to learn that form. Now I'm going to do it better, and I'm going to see if I'm getting results with that form. The I is so strong in there, the flow can't show. It's I call it a menage a trois. It's not quite right. Okay. All right. So easy. It's a good trick to reverse those words. Or higher percentage of women. Don't hold me to male, female in the human condition 100%. But a higher percentage of women would like maybe the idea of flow first through the form. Okay, easy, the other side. There is a flow, and it's flowing through this body. So this body becomes like a conduit, and the flow is so either water, a pipeline, and the water flows through it, or the cable form, and the electrical current flows through it. Okay, so easy the I, so these two things can show that they're there, show that they're trying to be more and more in harmony. The I gets in and twists around in there, he's interfering with both. It's like we have to call the rotor-rooter man to get him out of there. He's interfering. He's creating blockage. Okay, easy the I, settle, open. Okay. A flow through this form, or vice versa. Frame energy is flowing through it. So whichever way, I suggest you do both ways. You take turns. So sometimes you set up the form first, then the flow, and then do it the other way around also. To pick up the pace, one dumb story I use historically is the flow is like the snow on the mountains melting, coming on down the mountain as a torrent of water that gushes through that canal. Okay, so to start it earlier, have this sense of something happening earlier, and here it comes, whoom, boom. Okay, so I create little story images that I partake of. It's not just an idea. I involve myself in these games. Might call that sense feel it. So is that first part okay? The framework, its partner is flow, or vice versa. Flow needs a framework to work through. They need each other. Okay? we might lose a lot of people on number 3. Oh, we only have one camera now? Okay. Katya, you around? Okay. I'll do technique in a moment. So again, my dumb stories, okay, would be if he, the form, stands handsomely, is allowed to stand handsomely, she naturally will come a running, and vice versa. If she's there beautifully, he's going to be there. Dumb, but right on the button. I really mean that. Okay. Okay. So another example of frame and flow, or form and flow, in a technique format, Miss Katja. Okay. So starting a bit, which side is better, right? Yeah. Yeah. Is that okay? Okay. Now I have a partner. So in the same way, I'm starting over for a moment. I establish the form. Okay, easy. Now easy. Oh, I do this form. I do this form. So be careful of over teaching students. They'll learn it, and then they'll say they got to continue with learning how to do it more. Okay, and I got to improve it. It's like, no, the improvement comes with letting that system that's very intelligent, both of them, form and flow. Their intelligence is part of the creation, so everything's intelligent. Give it some room. Let the form form. That felt not bad. Okay. Then say, okay, at that level of being present, settled open, now the flow through the form flows through the form. Okay. Yeah. Easy. And then I hang out for a while there till the form and the flow feel more equal. For example, what I mean, can we do this sideways? Yeah. Okay. For example, a little firmer on, yes. To double check myself, I'd ask them to be stronger here. Okay. And if I find myself getting caught up in that physicalness, it tells me I've lost the flow. So I'm not balanced enough yet for where I want to be. I want to be at a level where the body and the flow are full. So I could use that to let me know if I'm not quite, I'm suddenly getting tense and pushing her a bit. I'm overdoing that framework, get her. Okay? So that clues me in. Settle a bit more, Nado, and open a bit more so that the flow through the form. Okay, all right. So frame and flow again. What else? Hang on a second. Level 3, third character, frame, flow. Okay. We could pick up the pace on that. Go a little bit more so. Easy. Here and here. Okay. So here, I'm stepping back a little bit, although the story line is increasing here. So there's the form of receptive. Okay, easy. There's the form of receptive. This is the beginning of a possible positive. Okay. Now again, if I do the form, there's no room for the energies to flow properly. Okay, and I'll probably continue that I into the positive and screw things up that way too. So here's the form and flow. There is the form, you all right? There's the form and the flow. Okay? Or receptive, positive. Frame and flow. Okay? So I would take exception to people, let's say on the last part, doing the technique. Doing the technique. Yeah, I can get her. It'll hurt her. I really don't have any awareness of her. I'm doing my technique. Screw her. Okay? The fuller of things takes her all into consideration, has feelings for her. And as there's more harmony between the form and the flow, that just gets better and better and better. I'm at a better, because of that balance, I'm at a better level. So I already know she's got a little turn here. At this level, I can feel that. Okay? I can feel this is the weaker leg here. I can feel it. So if I need to do a quick variation martial arts situation, I know she's going to break there on that foot. I can feel it. Why? Because of the balance. I'm at a better level of me. A better level of me feels more. Later, a better level of me senses more. We touched a little bit on sensing. So this is our approach. And again, we got to get you out of that I do. Okay. Yes, I'm using this technique, but I'm using it as a process of balance. Okay. That she goes down, I'll be aware of it. How hard she goes down, I'll be aware of it. How smooth, I'll be aware of it. But my main focus continually is, because of that balance, what's happening with me, myself, my sense of myself, the experience of myself, this important third piece. So there's these two energies in creation, and there's this third piece, the self, eventually the finer self, eventually their more original self, eventually soul self. Now you're starting to get into those senses territory. Okay, so the emphasis always on the balance to get to that third part. Let me see where we are here. Okay. So is that all right?
Yes.
Somebody said something I didn't hear.
They were just affirming, yes, it's all right.
Okay, thank you. And with these big ears, I could contain my earpiece. Anyway, here's a little game you might like. Katja, we're going to hold hands. How should we do this? Katja's sticking her fingers in my ears here. Yeah. How should we do this? Sit here? I'll sit here. Will that work? Okay. We on camera for this?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Energies through the body. We're still on that kick. With partners, a little bit better if she is right over. Left under, left under. I am right over. That's based on a left is more receptive, so I receive through my left. I am more positive, or it gets pumped out through my right. Okay? So I do that hand style just to facilitate. Easy. As we settle, fully bodied here, take energies. Energy should start to circulate. Easy. So to start with, just feel the basics. Oh, I feel her palm temperature. She's running kind of hot. Touch of moisture. So I'm aware of those obvious things. That's road signs on my way into a better level. Now, energies are moving through the body. Okay. Again, I'm a little bit fast. I felt a little pulsation through my right palm, just a little soft beat. Okay. That would clue me in this beginning of picking up the energy flow. So I'm receiving from this side, pumping out, if you would, from that side. And again, this relationship should be natural as we hang out together more and more. I'm sitting here with you, I'm feeling you. Then that natural current should begin to start. Okay. You all probably have experienced that some way in the dating game, if I can remember. It's been a long time. Let's see. We hang out with somebody for the day, and you find you're drawing closer to them. What words would you use, Katja? Huh? Yeah, a little more attraction, a little more. Yeah, you start to blend, be more harmonious. Okay. That's the energy starting to interchange. You begin to flavor the other partner. That might be getting a little too advanced. Let's just stay with energies flowing out the right, energies flowing in from her right. After a bit, it should be a continuous sense of a flow. Now, here's an exception. If she is a little minus energy or has some problem in her system, the energies may go into her and pause or stay longer at this weak spot or sick spot or injured spot. When there's enough energy there, then they'll continue. So sometimes I feel a lot of gushing from the right, nothing coming in from her right. And I figure, oh, okay, she's soaking it up. And I just continue. And then when she's soaked it up enough, whatever that means, right? Then boom, suddenly feel it come through. And it starts to feel like more of a harmonious circle of energies. Okay? Yeah. I think good enough. Thank you. Again, I would do for a much longer time. So if you're going to do with the partner, don't do 2 minutes worth. Hang out for a while. Play. Settle down, settle down. For lack of words, sense feeling. Sense feeling. Again, you're allowed the first obvious feelings. I felt the heat of her palms. She runs hot. And a little bit of moisture. She also tends to run, I don't know the word, a little damp. I felt that. That's all right. That's just on my way to a finer level where I can begin to get a sense of energies flowing through. All right. So don't be in a rush. Hang out, have fun. I mean, what the hell? You're holding hands with your partner. What the hell? Okay. Another practice kind of in a similar vein. Settling. Left palm, right palm coming closer together. Don't let them touch. Just close. And then slowly apart. Okay. Now, as you continue to settle, let's break this up into 2 pieces. This is the physical palms getting closer and closer, physically apart. Feel it. Now, here comes more energy. Now, here's the energy approaching each other here. And here's the energy pulling apart. Okay. And I'm already, again, I'm a little fast maybe, but I'm already getting a strong energy feeling in my palms. They're tingling, they're lighting up. They may even be heating up a bit. Okay, let's continue. Easy. Settle. Okay, watch out for the eye. Let me figure this out. Let me understand this. Stop it. We'll understand it after the fact, not before the fact. Easy. The words trust and faith come up a lot in our work. Okay. Just play the game. Hang out. Play the game. All right. Physical palms closer and closer. Physical palms moving away. You might have felt some energy there, but now we'll really highlight that. Now, energy left and right moving in, and energy breaking apart. I'm really tingling now. Okay. Oh, and aside, if you want to practice seeing energies, have a dark, I don't want to do it on a white pants thing, just have a darker last cover. And keep your eye on the energy one when they move in and move apart. After a while, you'll begin to see, I call them strings of energy. You begin to see strings of energy. It takes a little while for your eyes to adapt to that frequency, that level, but it's pretty simple. You all can do that. And that would be the beginning of how I might teach people to begin to see or sense see energy. This diagram here, okay, with a dark covering. Again, a bright room, it will interfere, so not too bright, and a dark background. Now, both palms and energy apart. And easy. Physical and energy coming together closer and closer. Slowly apart. Easy. Let them come together. Okay. For example, and some of you are probably already feeling this, it felt like this ball in the middle is getting thicker. I almost have to compress it a little bit to get in there a little bit. But there feels like a ball of energy there now. There's something there. Okay. Again, close, close, close. See? Sense feeling apart, apart, apart. Settling, settling. A sense of a better level of this. Can't hurt. And closer, closer, closer. And separating, separating, separating. And I notice as they get further apart, as I continue, I can still feel the connection, but it's not as strong as when they were close, but it's still there. Okay, so the what? The longevity of the energy, the fuller of the energy is showing. Don't know what to say there. Can we do open mic? Is that feasible?
Anything you'd like. Shirley,
Okay,
what would
let's
you
do
like?
open mic for a moment, just to see what's happening with the hands. Okay, people, what's your experience here? What's going on with that?
Again, when you unmute, please move close to your mic to speak, and thank you. Go ahead, anyone.
Hey, Sensei, this is Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a sense of the ball of energy becoming alive, becoming an entity that had life in it, kind of like a heart beating.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, Bob Frazier studied from a guy, and one of the practices he would have them do is he'd place a ball of energy in the room. Then you'd have to come into the room and find that ball of energy. So yeah, it's a tangible thing after a bit. It's not make-believe. I got to get you to ease the eye so it can happen, but it's a fact at another level. Okay? Yeah, thank you, Patrick. Somebody? Another trick here, by the way, is instead of saying hands coming together, they used to be hands, but at a finer level, they're two energy objects getting closer and closer, and two energy objects moving back and forth. Sometimes it's saying hands, I control my hands. Those are my hands, they're physical. You might be interfering. So I like to change the word sometimes too. They used to be hands, but what are they now? And I'll ask you to sense that. What are they now? They used to be hands, but as they come closer and move apart, what are they? Are they smaller? Are they less full? I don't think so. What? Are we on open mic?
Anyone can speak when they want to, Bob. They're muted until they decide to speak.
Oh,
Well, I have
okay.
something.
So,
Can I share something? Can I share something? This is Diana.
go.
Okay. So many, many, many years ago, Harvey Moskowitz and I were I don't know why, we were leading a workshop together, some kind of energy workshop. And people were sitting and we were doing kind of a practice like this. And God bless Harvey, one of the women said, a woman said, she was looking at the space between her hands and she said, "How much are you supposed to feel?" And I was floored. And Harvey just very quietly said, 12. And she
That's
kept,
Harvey.
and she returned to doing the practice. That was Harvey. Yep. All right. That's it. My story.
Okay. Let's see. Justin, you're more into the healthy stuff. For example, if I were going to do hands-on body work and touch a person, I wouldn't want to do it until I was sort of at this level where when I touched, I was already at a level. How do I know I'm at that level? Because my hands are lighting up like crazy now. They're just lighting up like crazy. See, in the human condition, we know this, we forgot. You get hurt, what do? You palm it. There was a famous guy who helped you get rid of your glasses, and they used to have a palming exercise because the palms are very sensitive. At this level where their energy fields back and forth, it's extra powerful. Okay, so if you're going to do a good massage, I would try to be at this level before you place your hands on them. Okay. Anybody, anything?
Sensei,
Boring?
on that note, is Justin in Miami. I like to add a little bit of grounding, rooting first.
Yeah, of course.
Before
Whatever.
the styling.
Yeah.
Right.
Balance,
Yeah.
center, ground. Those are all prelims. Nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Yeah. The energy hands feel almost like magnetized, like the two poles of a magnets pressurizing each other. Like.
Yeah. Everybody will pick that up where it feels like they're repulsing and attracting and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yes.
Whoa, there's something going on. Whoa. So these are, as Diane said, practices I used to use way back in the day to introduce things like energy, just because energy wasn't used very much. What are we talking, 50, 60 years ago? 60? Oh my God. You'd say energy to somebody and they'd go blank and they'd say, what do you mean, electricity? They had no sense of this energy. It was after that hatha yoga with prana, right, came more and more into play. Tai Chi with Chi came into play. Aikido with Ki came into play. Before that, energy didn't mean much to people. Okay. So I used to play games with them and shock them, just playing simple energy games. Having somebody sit in a booth, because it used to hang out in coffee shops, if you believe that. Yes, okay. And I'd put my hand behind we had those old style booths. I put my hand behind, and the guy would go, "Oh my God, there's a hit by a heat beam." I say, "Yeah, energy." So it was fun to toy with the folks in those days. So anyway, that's a simple practice, and I like that sense of yes, they used to be hands, but at this level, there's something else. It seems to facilitate the energies that are there showing more and more in finer and finer forms. Okay. Sometimes I might practice not looking at them because it's too physical. I see physical, I think physical, and I'm interfering. Was Diane hinting at that with her story? Oh, okay. But they used to be hands, but after a while, what are they now? These two things getting closer and these two things separating. And just sense, and you get a sense flavor, a sensed image, not an image, not that, an image, a sensed image. Okay. So my usual pattern about here was to get these big energy fields instead of hands. Two energy fields coming at each other, two energy fields separating out. da-da, da-da, da-da. Okay, so what basically all I was doing with that was just another form of getting more balanced. As these equalize with each other, this guy, settle with yourself, feel yourself, because there's more balance in this energy game. What you're feeling about yourself. Okay, and I don't mean your idea about yourself. Don't go there. We're here. And again, another class, I'll go over that again, these locations. See if there's, hang on a second while I look at level 3. The energy sphere. The energy sphere. Energy. Okay, maybe one more, Katja. Okay. Okay. You all right? Okay. So again, at this level, now careful. Oh yeah, I know that move. I can do that move. Yes, I can do that move. I've done it before. You don't go back to an I. We're doing dimensional process work. Easy. Physical and energy. Energy and physical. Kind of a frame and flow thing again. But having done a lot of palming, maybe this, what I call pancake or pie in the face practice would be a little bit clearer. Oh, we're on this one, okay. And I'm just double checking the balance here of that frame and flow again. Here is the form. Oop, turning form. Did you feel the form? Not are you thinking about the form? Did you feel the form? As you continue to open, its partner, flow currenting through. Okay. All right. Could you tell the difference between the physical? In fact, let's stay there for a second. I'm just doing form, 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 form. Okay, and I know there was some flow in there because we're warmed up at that level, but now highlighting, there's a flow, flowing, flowing. As the recipient, if you were feeling, could you compare those two? What would you say? Difference between the frame and the flow?
The second one was much more directive. I felt where to go. The other one left me a little bit like, okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Okay, so she said the flow as it comes into play seems to be a better director, is what she said. Okay. Let's go back to the form as best as we can. Again, they're starting to mix, but we'll try to isolate them one or the other. What's your feeling about the form? What's its claim to fame? What's its job at this time? What's its emphasis? What is it good at? The frame form. Body, form, body, form.
I'm grounding good. I feel stable. So when I touch you, I have a very clear sense why I'm in space. I feel grounded.
So by being more form, I affect, is that what we're saying here? I affect her form. There's a form hanging out with a form because my form is a good leader or a little bit advanced than hers. Then my having a good form, she starts to pick up a good form. If she's interested in form, she'll like hanging out with me because I'm always there in form. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. Thank you. How are we doing? Oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my. Oh my. Time goes by. Oh, okay. I'd like to take a minute to talk to Tom. Last week, Tom was talking about, Tom, you still on? Tom, where are you?
He's with us. He'll be here.
Yeah, I'm here, Sensei. Yep. Mhm.
Okay. You're talking about getting this impulse to brush your teeth with your left hand. And I applauded you. I'm going to applaud you again. One, that you felt that, well, one word could be the push to do something with your left hand, or I'd say a doorbell rang from the left side saying, hey, I haven't been in play enough. I'm getting behind. I wish you would allow me, notice me, allow me, that you heard that and you actually did something. See, the normal human being, which I think of as potential thunderhead, sorry, I'm not yet nice. I'm heading that way, but I'm not yet nice. Would not pay attention to that. Why am I giving you a dumb thought? Get out of here. But Tom picked up on it and he followed through with it and he actually did something. Cool, very cool. Okay. Everything is intelligent, everything talks. So in the case of balance, his left side, however you want to see that, his left side is trying to call attention to itself. Okay. Now he'll probably want to check a couple other left-handed things, like which sock does he put on first. If you haven't gotten there, you will. Anyway, but so yes, you have a couple of few things you try. Let me try sawing with my left arm. But after a while, enough. Oh, Sensei would say, enough is enough. Let's get to the truth of where that push came from. It doesn't want you necessarily to be ambidextrous. Is that the right word? Ambidextrous. It's just the left side trying to catch your attention because the left side and what it represents wants to be more present. Okay, this is big time stuff. Because in the big picture, the left side, generally speaking, would be the great motherly creator of the universe. And the right side is the whatever the right side does. Okay, so behind that little push from the left side is something potentially enormous. Okay, so I want to start to push Tom in that direction. So I'm telling him, now don't shave with your left and scratch your butt with your left and or pick your nose with your left. Enough already. Couple few, sure. Couple few to remind you which sock do I put on first. Okay, fine. That reminds you left side is still available and stuff. Then I would go into something like, and I might go the other way around. Let the right side feel itself and express itself. For example, okay, right side as a ball of energy. Right side, what's your claim to fame? For example, I'm hearing, I'm strong. Okay, that's my phone. Right side, I'm definite. Right side. I'm capable. If I hold it, it's going to be held. Tom, what couple on the right side? What's the right side saying?
I know what I'm doing. I'm in control. I'm
controlling this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give control to the left hand. I can't trust it. Kind of flavor. I'm stretching a bit, but right?
Yeah.
What else does right side say? What's its claim to fame?
It has experience, but it also has wear and tear. You know, it's kind of like,
okay, don't go negative right now. Yeah.
Well, it definitely has experience. It definitely knows how to settle
Right
intelligence.
has been active for a long time. It has more experience.
Yeah.
The left is trying to catch up.
Yeah.
That's why it's calling. Okay. Yeah. And in the wear and tear, it would get a little bit broader, but it might be the left saying, right, you're burning yourself out because you don't ask for my help.
Yeah.
Is where that would go eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sensei touched that at a very big level where his body's getting old. His body has some limitations, but getting old. And he realized there was another whole force that would support him. And he started to begin to let that other force or partner do more of the techniques. So there's a big piece for what you just said there. Anyway, so then when you kick over to the left, again, the same kind of questioning. What's your claim to fame? Why should I acknowledge you? Why should I allow you? You hang out with that left field of energy. And for example, I'll throw a quick one out because we're running out of time. Again, a lot of caring, left side, yeah. I'm a little more delicate. Yeah, if you really want to feel something, then I'm the one. I have more finer. Tom, a quick one on the left. What is, I call her she in this case. What does she say?
Just, yeah, I'm easier to deal with. This is going to be more fun. A lot of times the left wakes up and says, this is a fun time right now. Like, let's take the computer mouse. Let's try it with the left. Don't do any banking with the left with your mouse. But
and again, don't continue forever with that level.
Right.
I'm trying to bring you into this level. I want to get to the origin of left, as close as we can get, the origin of left. So Sensei told me more than one. I'm telling you, enough is enough.
Right.
You can pick your nose with your right. You can scratch your butt with your right. You can left. You can brush your teeth with your left. You can computer with your left. Enough.
Right.
Let's move into finer dimensions. Otherwise, we'll stay at that level. And you might be more ambidextrous. Who gives a shit? If you're a pro ball player, can hit right and left side or pitch right and left. Oh, that could be cool, but you're not. So enough at that level. Let's move into a finer level. So that's why I'm dialoguing with this, but I call her she, okay? But she's saying, hey, it'll be fun if you allow me to show myself here, if you allow me to be present. As you dialogue with it or her or left side, then you can go into all kinds of stuff like, gee, I'm sorry I've been ignoring you. Any reason why I might have been ignoring you? And she'll retort back. It's intelligent. It talks. Okay. Anything I can do to facilitate you being more present so you can partner with my right better. And in that he, she, left, right harmony, breed a better me. Okay, so that's where we would go. So I'm just suggesting that you get into a bit deeper level with this, and then eventually a deeper, finer level of this, because the symbology is mind-blowing. It's not just your left hand. It's half of the goddamn creation, people.
Right.
So I'm not saying, Tom, go to half of the creation, but head that way, get into a finer level. Stop looking at it as a left side this way and a pool of energy left side, or an energy field that's left side, and a finer of that. And what does it say? What's its claim to fame? Later, we'll have a dialogue between the left and right as part of their dating game before they breed up a better I am me, Tom, or Sir Tom by that stage of the game. Okay? Did I take up too much time? Not too bad. Okay, real quick, because I don't want to continue this next week. The next one, number 4. Okay, here you can do a little practice. Again, we'll just do for a minute, but just to get a sense. Okay, so we've got energy through the body level. We move on. Am I okay here? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We're good.
Okay. Good. Okay. So for an example game, energies flow up through the whole body, and energies flow down through the whole body. You could use different words. Energies spiral up through the whole body, spiral down through the whole body. Okay. At first, it'll be more body aware of the energy. But as you continue, you get a little better sense of the energies flowing up and down. By the way, if you prefer down and up, quite all right. Find that is easy or natural for you. Energy flows down, energies flow up. And as that up and down gets fuller balanced, the character it mixes is more of an energy being. Okay. Again, we're going to have to go through this fast. If you're interested in this upbeat, downbeat, or vice versa, downbeat of energy, upbeat of energy fully through the system. And I note the body changes, but I'm not emphasizing the body. So I just happen to note them in the background. I want to get more into the energy sense. Then moving along, Katja, I'm gonna borrow you for a second. Then if I were doing a technique, I might, for example, let's do this way here. Yeah, okay. At this level, where your energy is fully, soon there'll be a sense of like being an energy field. So that here, and this whole field moves receptive and positive. Okay, a field of energy. And that's why I get sad when I see people still, I do this, positive and receptive, I'm doing it. It's like, I don't know where you're going to go with that. It's so human level, sad. Ugh. Easy. A field of energy responds to a field of energy, still field and field. Okay, field of energy. Any comments, Katja? Is Uke sensing a field of energy?
Definitely. There's a draw in, push out.
Okay. So the field of energy draws in, flows out better. Okay. And I notice it because she starts to be affected more, and I'm not doing more. If anything, I'm doing less in terms of doing. But she seems to be getting affected more. So, whoa, a field of energy is not some imaginary thing. It's a something. Remember the ball of energy thing? It's a something, somebody said. Yes, this field of energy is a something, and it responds, and it responds. Okay? Then that piece develops, and that field of energy senses Katja as a field of energy. It just senses and works better with her. So a field of energy to a field of energy. Is that okay? Okay. We're going to run out of time here. So. So I don't know if you've seen people who've been at that level, but when they enter a room, boom, the room is affected. Okay, that's when a lot of people stop. Who is that? There's something there past the norm. Okay. In my heyday, when I used to practice a lot, a lot of that would happen. Strangers would come up and say, "Excuse me, sir, who are you?" Well, in this reality, I'm still Nado the asshole. You know that guy. But I was practicing a lot and playing a lot, and that's what they were picking up on. And that's what they were asking me about. You're different, sir. You're something about you. Who are you? It wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident. It really happened quite a few times in different places. Yeah. Anyway, and not to applaud me, but to try to show you this is real. This is something.
If I may.
Yeah.
That's why we're all here, Bob.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Can we take, let's see, I think I'm finished with Tom. we had a comment, I think I mentioned last week, somebody asked me, Gina from Hawaii asked me about bad people crossing over. And before we started that whole session, I said, I'm not an expert in that area. I have some familiarity with it because I've bumped into different beings. Okay. But it's not like I major in that area. So, but here's a quick story. I was doing privates with Jennifer Jones on Malibu on the beach, her beach house. Or really her husband's beach house. He was a rich guy, of course. Anyway, and she caught on that I had a little capability with deceased beings. She asked me about her daughter, I believe it was. I don't remember now, it's been a lot of years, but I think her daughter committed suicide. My feeling was her daughter was a bit of a brat, or a lot of brat. I said, okay, and I did my thing, settled, got to a certain level where the communication with another being, astral plane, pretty clear. And I said, looks like she's in this building. It looks like a nunnery. It looks like there's nuns there. And it feels like if she acts up, becomes a brat again, they put her away in a small room till she works it out. And then they let her out. And every time she acted up, they'd put her in this room. Now you people have a phrase for that, not downtime, timeout. Well, a timeout, if some child psychologist 20 years ago or whatever thought he made up the thing timeout, no, they're doing it on this astral plane for ages. So in a certain way, nothing new here. Anyway, and she got, wasn't the excitable type. She said, wow. She told me she had been in India a couple of years before, or a year before, whatever, and she had met this Swami who was well known for dealing with Passovers. And she said he told her exactly the same story. So that solidified that I had something to offer. Anyway, whatever. So Gina, so I don't know where the bad people go, but if some bratty girl is acting up and they do time out, I don't know. Does that mean that they have a prison there? So if Hitler starts to get too whatever, they go, no, prison time. I don't know, because I haven't majored in hanging out with those guys. But you might wonder if they're time outing with a bratty girl, what's going on with some of those other guys? But I don't know. I'm not an expert in that field. It doesn't interest me to hang out with Hitler and Mussolini and Pot Poi. Is that a guy or a place? Huh? Pol Pot, whoever. I don't want to hang out with these guys and see what's going on because I'm not an expert. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with me. Okay. Anyway, Gina, did you catch that? Is that okay? And no, we're not going to go into the other guy she asked about, Prince. I'm not going there. I do Prince, I got to do John F. Kennedy, and then I got to do, and then I got to, and no way, it's not my thing. Not my thing. Okay. Okay, are we finished for tonight? Is that, sorry.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Number 4 went fast, but is that okay?
Yeah, very good. I thought very good.
Okay. And I want to go over another time on a different angle on these different levels, these different, and I think I might want to go back around that, but using some different words and a different kind of layout. I'm thinking on it. We'll see. Anybody, anything before we go drink wine? Elia? Nada?
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you so much.
That's it?
I'm inspired. Thank you.
I think it's
Thank you,
great. We'll
Sensei.
pick it up next week, same time, same station.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sensei.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you very much.
Sensei, for a great session.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.
Yoshika, you got to give me a call sometime.
Okay, Sensei.
Okay.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you.
Feel
All right.
well.
Thanks again, Bob. Good night.
Take care. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Lauren.